Make sure you go to ashkicking.com and cop the new special edition DBN scented candle.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So once again, Errol Spence, he did this great interview with Sway in the Morning. Shouts out to Sway in the Morning for giving fighters on the coincidental list the credit that they deserve when they don't always get it in the sport of boxing by the mainstream media. With that being said, Errol Spence, he was asked about, Errol Spence, he brought up Keith Thurman. He talked about, the goals that he has in the sport of boxing. He said, it's good to win the IBF belt, but he's not going to really be satisfied until he unifies the belts. He mentioned Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. Now, when he talked about Keith Thurman, he said that he doesn't believe that Keith Thurman is as physically strong as Kell Brook. He said that he's a little smaller than him. He's only like 5'7", 5'8". So he believes that Keith Thurman would be an easier fight than Kell Brook. Now, me personally, I've always said that I thought that Kell Brook would be Errol Spence's toughest fight at the welterweight division. And when you watch those first 6 rounds, you've seen how tough Kell Brook was. And that's what Errol Spence talked about in this interview. He said, you could see how hard Kell Brook wanted it, but I just had to break his will. And that's exactly what Errol Spence said in this interview. He said Errol Spence gave his performance a B-. He said he was a little rusty because he had been out of the ring for 9 months, and he believes that if he had returned in the ring in about 3 or 4 months, he would have stopped Kell Brook a lot earlier. A lot earlier. So that was pretty interesting. But I truly do feel because of Keith Thurman's style, because Keith Thurman doesn't really tie you up like you seen in the Sean Porter fight. When he's on the ropes, he just covers up. He doesn't really tie you up the way a Kell Brook would. I think that would give Errol Spence a major advantage in a fight like that if he's not tying up Errol Spence constantly. So it would be really, really dramatic, that fight. And definitely someone is getting knocked out. I truly believe someone's getting knocked out in a fight like that. There's going to be vicious knockdowns, and someone will most likely get knocked out in that fight. So that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. I'm on to the next one.